Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Swiss Khans of Tarkir draft. I think we just opened a foil Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker, which was already the biggest value card in the entire set. So yeah, that is quite the pickup. Very excited to see what that's worth, my god. What else do we have in here? Grim Haruspex. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. That card's actually really good too. I mean, obviously we're taking Sarkhan, but that card is very good. Abzan Falconer is very good too. Karu Bloodsucker actually seems pretty good. I like the Smite the Monstrous. I like the Bring Low. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take a foil Sarkhan there. Not too much of a decision to be made. Ivory Tusk Fortress. 5-drop, 5/7. Untap each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on during each other player's untap step. That card's cool. I'm surprised someone passed that. Interesting. Do we go 4-color or 5-color I'm Craziness? Something like that? Could do that. The red cards in here kind of suck, to be honest. So, what's good? Pine Walker. Whenever it's or another creature controls turn face up, untap that creature. That's actually kind of cool. So you can do some surprise blocking. That seems pretty powerful. And it's a 5-mana 5/5 at worst. It's also very good. I mean, Ivory Tusk Fortress, yeah, thanks. Seems like the strongest card, but I'm kind of feeling this Pine Walker since red-green, I can go into Timur. I don't know. Timur. There we go. All right, so a couple 5-drops. Got a fight card. We got Briber's Purse, both of which are good. If I go Timur, we got some blue cards. Take a look at. Got a little fixing. Yeah, and this is fixing as well. Well, I wanted to try this Secret Plans card out. I feel like that's good. But I think probably Savage Punch is going to be the best. Although Briber's Purse, I don't have to stay in green if I take the Briber's Purse. I think Savage Punch is going to do more since it does, in fact, fight for 2 mana. It is sorcery speed, though. It's also not multicolor. It's not colorless either, like Briber's Purse, but I think we're going with Savage Punch on this one. I'm feeling it. Alright, so now we could do Mardu Warshrieker, which I do like a lot. There's also Bring Low, which is removal. And something that copies instants or sorceries or whatever. This is actually pretty good removal too, in my opinion. Better early. For obvious reasons. I think we'd probably just take the Bring Low here. That's cool. I do like the Warshrieker a lot. I do think that's a very powerful card, but I just don't want to take it over actual removal. It is actually decent with the Savage Punch, but does not trigger the Ferocious. But usually 3/3 bodies are good with fighting. Probably not as much in this format. Alright, Hordling Outburst spits out a bunch of tokens. Can see the appeal to that. Here's some fixing if I want to make Timur work. Technically, I can take... Well, Feat of Resistance is probably my favorite card out of this pack. I just really like that card a lot. But the question is, do I want to do the Outburst or do I want to do the Prowess card? Or the Fixing? If I want to just start getting into blue now. Both of these cards are pretty acceptable. Hordling Outburst is very nice for, with like Trumpet Blast or something like that. Or if I need Sarkhan Protection. If you need some chump blockers. It's also uncommon though. I'm going to take the Outburst. Just on a hunch that I think it's good. Jeskai. Interesting. Bloodfire Expert. Crippling Chill. Rugged Highlands, or another Savage Punch. I think I'm going to take the second Savage Punch. big fan of this card. Not great in our deck currently, but a little Sarkin the Dragon Speaker. Turn him into a little 4/4 legendary dragon, and then you can Savage Punch the crap out of something. And same kind of with Pine Walker once you get it out. I just really like this card. It's a strong card. I'm starting to value fixing less. I'm in this, I mean, it's still early, so I don't know yet, but I feel like my first draft I've valued it pretty high, and this time around I'm going to try and sort of hold off on it rather, until later in the draft, and hopefully have that pan out a little bit better. Easily Willie locks it on here. I had a great experience with that card in the last draft, so I think we're going to try him out again. He also happens to work really well with Savage Punch, so I'm in. Briber's Purse Tables, well, that just shouldn't happen, so I'm happily going to take that. Despite Skuldkin being good if we're in Timur, Briber's Purse, too good to pass up. IMO. Excellent card. Very powerful. Okay, so now, Kintree Warden is indeed a morph card, but not my favorite. Bloodfire Mentor is fine, not great. I have quite a few late game stuff though, so I guess I can get behind that. Although Kintree Warden, I guess, better technically if I end up with a Secret Plans or something. Alright, I'll take the Kintree Warden. Bloodfire Mentor, something about it, just not that sexy to me. Here I think we'll take the Highland Game. I like a good 2-drop. So we'll take that. Gains you some life, right? Alright, Embodiment of Spring actually ramps us, but it's in blue. So ramping in your splash color is usually a big no-no. And I'm only saying blue's our splash color because we have yet to actually pull a blue card. But I don't mind ramping and fixing and screwing up the mana base a little bit. Actually, let's take the Bloodfire Expert. It works better with the double Savage Punch. If you're running Savage Punch, you better just run the Prowess guys, I think. So, alright, here we'll take a Bloodfire Mentor. And sure, I'll take a Monastery Flock. I think Brave the Sands is actually a pretty good card, but we're just not in the colors. And I think Monastery Flock, once again, could be good if we end up with like a Secret Plans or something, which is a card I wanted to try. And I would say this is actually already a pretty good deck for it. We've got 1, 2, what do we got? 3, 4 Morph guys already. Pack 1, not too bad. Pretty happy with the deck so far, beyond the fact that I have a foil Sarkin. There's actually no reason a Crippling Chill should be second from last. This is just a good card. Absolutely nothing wrong with this card. Locks down something, cantrips, makes it so they don't untap. There is no downside to this card. Oh boy, Pack 2 Wingmate Rock. I'm pretty sure this is worth a bunch of tickets. But we have Ice Feather Aven as well. Scion. I kind of want to just check the price of it though. I'm not going to lie. Dragon Scale Boon's pretty good too. I like that. What's this Mystic? He's unblockable. He has Morph. That's pretty good. Looking at opponent's hands, not really all that important to me. Ice Feather Aven's going to be the best if we end up in Timur. So I'm kind of feeling this because it bounces dudes. But I'm going to check the price on that Wingmate Rock real quick. Alright, well, Wingmate Rock's worth a bunch of tickets, so I'm going to take it. Not to mention, do you really want to play against this card? This card's so good. Such a strong card. So I'm going to steal that away from somebody who's going to be unhappy. Who knows, maybe we'll be Naya? I know it's not on color, but come on. This thing is, I'm not a big fan of this card. It's a little too narrow for my taste. It's not that it's terrible, because it's not, but just not a huge fan. Alright? So let it go. Not a big fan of this card. This doesn't actually ramp, but it fixes. Third Savage Punch? I can get behind that. We probably have enough creatures to make the Savage Punch work. Force Away is also pretty reasonable, but does not actually kill something like Savage Punch does. So one thing, we're going to have to make sure we have enough creatures to support the Savage Punch plan. So I probably should have taken the first Expert over the Hordling Outburst, but that's okay. Not too upset about it. Still going to take Savage Punch pretty happily, since it's strong. Sultai Flare. Does not have 4 power, unfortunately. Tuskguard Captain is pretty good. I think I might be a bigger fan of Sultai Flayer only because it fits into the curve a little bit better, gives me a little bit more resilience. Whirlwind Adept does in fact trigger triple Savage Punch, something to consider, but it's just not as good as these. Summit Prowler also does, and it's going to work a lot better with Savage Punch. However, it's just not as good as either of these cards in my opinion. I think I'd rather have the Sultai Flayer. The idea of gaining a bunch of life makes me really happy. Alright, a Delve card is fine. Bear's Companion I think is just going to be the pick. Just going to be the pick. 0 fixing in our deck so far. It's not too late. A Swift Kick, but I think with triple Savage Punch we probably don't need the Swift Kick. Hooting Mandrills is fine too. Certainly a fine card, but I think we're going Bear's Companion. I'm a bigger fan. I like putting a bunch of bodies out there. Alright, here's our land, so we can take the Frontier Bivouac. We also have Jeskai Wind Scout. Windstorm, which is an excellent sideboard card, I'm sure. Nothing else for us, so yes, happily taking fixing here. Okay. We've got Monastery Swift Spear, which, I mean, it's not a bad card. It's just not all that great in our deck. I mean, I'd have to play a couple Savage Punches to actually make this kill things, I think. But it could still be good. I mean, it's got haste. What does it work well with? Not so much with the Savage Punch, although that's not even true. It actually is fine with the Savage Punch. With Savage Punch, it becomes a 2/3. So it kills Morph guys. I like that. And I can get behind that. So we'll take it. Force Away, excellent card. I like it more than the Tormenting Voice, although Tormenting Voice is good. And a second Bloodfire Mentor does not seem necessary. So I guess I could take the Highland game. I am in need of creatures. Currently only have 10. 2 drops. Force Away is good though, but between triple Savage Punch, Crippling Chill, Bring Low, we probably have enough removal, so let's take the 2-drop creature. I usually end up creature light, and I would like to avoid that if it's all possible. So we could take fixing here, but no, I'm going to take the second Bear's Companion. Greedy? Perhaps, but keep in mind, we currently have, this will be my 4th blue spell, and to be honest, are we even really playing Monastery Flock? Probably not. So, as much as I like the fixing, and the Trumpet Blast, for that matter, with our Hordling Outbursts and our Prowess guys, I'm going to take the Bear's Companion. Because of the value, folks. Because of the value. We're going to trade Dragon Scale Boon here. Fits our curve nicely, and is just a good combat trick. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just good. Force Away, I guess I'll take it now. I mean, if you're going to come that late. Could also take a Weave Fate. Card draw is good, but we seem like we're going to be busy with our mana. So I'll take the Force Away now. Valley Dasher's not a very good card, but I'll take it just in case. Just in case I want it for some reason. Alright, so our deck's a bit strange. The good news is we have 23 cards. I guess 22 since we can't really count the land. But that means I can really focus on fixing on a pack 3 here. Whether it be more Frontier Bivouacs or whatever the tap lands are that gain you life. Highlands. Alright, I guess we'll... I think actually Mardu Skull Hunter is the most annoying of these cards, so I'll take that. I don't want to discard. Card's good. They had to make it inter-tapped so it felt a little bit more fair, I imagine. At common, right? They're like, well, this at common not only gives you a creature for 2 mana, but makes your opponent discard. I think I lost to Firehoof Cavalry deck, so I'm going to hate that. I used to think this was just a seemingly, I don't know, not dangerous card, but it's pretty good when your opponent's got 6 mana. Or 8 mana, rather. God, that's 4 mana to activate too. Can't believe I lost against that card. I'm going to hate the old Dreadmaw because I actually think that card's pretty good. All right, last pack. Well, we've got Trail of Mystery. It's kind of cool. Let's do a final count here, though. 1, which I don't even want to play. Jeez, I hardly have any. I have like 3. Get out of here, Dreadmaw. I've got that one on a sideboard, but it's not even worth it. In my opinion, Suspension Field's very powerful. Unfortunately, not on color. Let's see. Timur Banner. Yeah, I guess we can take it. We need fixing. I wouldn't mind the ramp. It's pretty unexciting first pick. However, are we really passing anything too crazy? I don't think so. Tracker's fine. No, I think we're good. Skuldkin. Actually pretty reasonable card. Treasure Cruise is also good, but I feel as if we don't fill our graveyard enough. We do have a fair amount of tricks, but I'm going to take the Banner. Unexciting first pick, but nice for fixing purposes. All right. Now what do we have? Goblin Slide. Okay in this deck, not that great. Active Treason's good, usually in a more aggressive build. I'm kind of just feeling a second Loxodon. I am a big fan of this card. I think it's very good. So, or else a second Dragon Scale Boon, which is a good trick. No doubt. But we need more creatures. I'm going to take the Loxodon. I like him. Armament Core, what do? You get to distribute counters, and you're only 5 mana 4/4. That's pretty efficient. It's very efficient. Summit Prowler now seems like the right pick since it works so well with our Savage Punches, much better than the Tracker does. Although, in a vacuum, I would say Tracker's a better card. Waterwhirl seems just a little bit too difficult because we are very light blue. I'm probably, including Banner and Bivouac, having 4 total blue sources in the deck, which means probably only 2 islands. But let's take the Prowler there. Very good. Unfortunately, does not work well with the Sultai Flare. Kind of opposites of each other a wee bit, but that's all right. No big deal. So far, very happy with the deck. I think we're not doing the Kintree Warden, just not really sold on that card. And we don't have really any value in this deck for face-down creatures. I passed the Secret Plans and Trail of Mystery, so someone else has the crazy sick morph value deck. I really do need to make one more cut if we're going to be running 17 lands, that is, which I think we are. So let's get rid of this pesky little Valley Dasher. I don't think we need him. Mind Swipe, you can counter spells unless they do that, and then it deals that. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not my favorite. I think we're just taking the Thornwood Falls, make our mana better. Otherwise, I did say I need more creatures, and I'm standing by that, but let's at least count Sarkhan as a creature, because it kind of is, right? And Hordling Outburst is also kind of a creature, so technically, I think our deck has 14 creatures right now. I'm going to take the fixing for that reason. Alright, Just Sky Elder is great, but once again, kind of a problem, kind of an issue since we're splashing the blue. This does not feel correct on the splash, even though it is prowess, which I like a lot. I could just take second Prowler. It's not great, but once again, the triple Savage Punch is leading me down that path. Scout the Borders is a reasonable card. It also finds mana for us, but do I want it? It's obviously made for Delve, so I don't feel like it's right in this deck. I'm going to take the Summit Prowler number 2. We're starting to get a little bit 4-drop heavy, which is worrisome, but what can I say? I live on the edge. We can take the Trick here, which also works well with the Savage Punch, since you buff it, you Savage Punch, it additionally buffs it, you fight and kill something, and then you trample in damage. For the mere cost of 5 mana, which is not that bad. We could also just take the Smoke Teller here, which is probably a better pick. just to get us some more early games since we've got such a good mid-game thing going on. Currently rocking 15 creatures. I have to make a cut too already, so I don't even know. Kind of tempted to take the trick, to be honest, but I think I'm going to go Smoke Teller. We're just a little bit more creature light than I like. Alright, ooh, got a Charm, so I can buff something and fight, even more fight spells, or a Mana Leak, or turn off your blockers, or a Long Shot Squad, but at this point I guess we're pretty good on 4-drops, although Long Shot Squad is a great card. Roar of Challenge. That's actually pretty good too. I think we're just going to take the Charm, right? Gotta take that Charm. Too versatile to pass up, despite us having low fixing. Well, here's another fixer for us. Very good. Otherwise, Stubborn Denial, Force Away, both fine, actually. Very good. Swift Kick. Probably unnecessary once again, but let's take the Thornwood Falls because I like fixing. This is a great looking deck. I think we've got a pretty solid game plan. Fairly well fixed. We can take the Tracker here since it's on color and playable, but probably not playing it actually. So let's take the Naturalize on second thought. Let's get a good sideboard. Let's get a good sideboard card going. In case there's some pesky, equipment or enchantment that I just can't deal with. Always nice to have that. Okay, so we table the Dragon Scale Boon. I guess I could just take a second one. Otherwise, Valley Dasher I'm not playing. Wetland Sandbar, definitely not good on the blue splash. And yes, I still consider our blue light enough where we're blue splashing. So I guess we'll just take the Dragon Scale Boon, but yet to be determined whether we're actually playing it. You know, the good news about this deck is that all of this heavy high drop stuff is morphable. So it's not as bad as it appears. I think I don't need a second Naturalize for sideboard, and I'm just going to hate the Water Whirl because that card is just, what can I say, really good. Bouncing 2 guys is just really good. Cancels a reasonable spell. What does Spoilers do? A buff for your guys. All your guys? Why is this going so late? Buff all your dudes? Regardless of color? Very interesting. Otherwise, I'm taking a Colossadon, but I don't even think we're playing it. I mean, we've got enough creatures once again. With the Outburst and the Sarkhan, I think we're fine. Guess I'll... I don't care, actually. I'll take the fixing for somebody. Heartpiercer Bow, come on. I think Heartpiercer Bow deserves a little bit more love than that. This card's not that bad. Kills X1s for days. Alright, let's figure our deck out. I have to make it quick, just in case we got that weirdo error that occasionally happens. Much to my chagrin. Alright, let's separate stuff out. Let's take out the lands real quick here while I get a tally of what we're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at 27 cards, which means I should cut 4 cards. So we can probably cut 1 Dragon Scale Boon, just because we're rocking a very... This is a creature card, this is a creature card. Okay, a little bit happier now. Let's also move everything that's morphed to its morph position. Very good. So 3 more cuts. Would I rather cut the Force Away or the Crippling Chill? Force Away requires them to play it again, whereas Crippling Chill just nets you a card. This doesn't actually net you a card. I think Crippling Chill may actually be a better card. It is debatable, though. The debate is if they use Swift Kick, Force Away is better. If they use Savage Punch, which I think we got all of, Force Away is also better. If they use... If I just need value right away to draw a card or tap down a dude, I mean, maybe Force Away is better. That's debatable. I feel like we have the Ferocious quite a bit in this deck. I really don't want to cut any creatures, but I'm not sure if we're going to have that luxury. Could also cut the Crippling Chill and the Force Away and really minimize our blue impact. Because at that point, between Sultai Banner, Double Thornwood Falls, and Frontier Bivouac, I could probably run 1 island and be super fixed for blue. Which would be how many spells in the deck? Charm and 2 Bear's Companions, that's it. You know, honestly, Crippling Chill doesn't even feel that great on the splash, nor does Force Away, so I don't really mind cutting those cards. And I really want to run enough creatures. I want to be, if you're running 3 Savage Punches, you really can't get away with a low creature count. I think if I was going to cut any creature, I can probably comfortably cut the Bloodfire Mentor. Even if you're running blue, which we are, it's just not that good. It blocks reasonably well. I could sideboard into it. I know I said I didn't want to cut creatures, but once again, let me remind you, Hordling Outburst and Sarkhan, the Dragon Speaker, I'm going to count as creatures. And Bloodfire Mentor actually just sucks with Savage Punch anyway, so it's kind of a moot point there. So we actually have 4 fight spells in our deck, which is kind of crazy, but still like the way this deck looks. I think we're going to just go ahead and run it like this. I've got 7 minutes left, which makes me feel good, so even if this fails, we should be good. I'm going to proceed to cut, and by cut, I mean, oh wait, this is the wrong banner. I've already got my banner in, right? Wait, did I not get a Timur banner? Did I just straight up pick the wrong banner early? No. I was going to say, I thought I got that banner. I did get that banner. It's just in the deck already. So Frontier Bivouac, double Thornwood Falls. We quite literally only have 3 blue spells in the deck. So perhaps I do not even need to run an island. I probably don't. With all these double red, double green, I can probably pretty easily get away with 4 blue sources and... Well, they want to do 2 islands. I guess I could probably do 1 island just to bring it up to 5 sources, one of which comes in untapped. I guess technically the banner does too, but you get what I'm saying. So, what are we looking at? We've already got, so this is a catch-all for everything, whatever. This is 2 green, blue, and this is the same. Okay, so we already have, let's see, 2 sources of green, 2 sources of blue. So I can probably do something like this. Then it's 8 sources green, 10 with the bivouac and banner. So 10 of that, 9 of this, 5 of this. Yeah, that is a very, very healthy mana base in my opinion. And that was kind of a good experiment too, because remember, I didn't even go for fixing until pack 3. And that panned out pretty well for us. Okay, so happy with the deck. We're going to try it like this. Let's see if we can properly submit. Oh, no, look at that. Look at Magic Online screwing me again. Thank God I have the proper amount of time to build this deck again this time. Unbelievable. I am very, very, very unhappy with that. I mean, that is like... That's totally unreasonable. They only give you this limited amount of time, and then they completely disable your deck. I mean, to be fair, I have not complained about much when it comes to Wizards and Magic Online, but I mean, that is, to me, that's really a sign of you got some issues when I've got to do something like, I got to rebuild my deck when... like 50% of the time or whatever, or how, like what percent of the time is it going to be, you know? I'm just not happy. What can I say? That is, to me, pretty unreasonable. Is my mana base the same? 14, 9, let's see, 3, 6, 8, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like I did it different this time, but I'm not sure. I think I put 1 more red source in this time, but I think that's all right. I think we're still pretty well fixed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm going to, if I did change it, I'm going to change it like this. Hopefully, God, for the love of God, accept it this time. All right, it did work. Yeah, if anybody else is having problems with that, I hope you're as outraged as I am, because that is completely outrageous. All right, we'll see you round 1.